So imagine yourself as a man that you are married, have children, and you find out much later in your life that someone from your past, a long time ago, end up filing child support on you and claim that you had a child that you didn't know you ever had. And now you're brought to court and they're telling you you owe $65,000, but guess what? It's not yours.
Gabriel Cornejo came to Harris County Family Court hoping he wouldn't have to leave common sense at the door.
I've never thought that in my life I would have to defend myself of something that I'm innocent of.
Cornejo is a father. He's raising his 3 kids and 2 of his brother's children. But last year tells us a deputy showed up at his door with court papers claiming the state of Texas thinks he has another child.
She turned out to be 15, 16 years old at the time, I think.
Cornejo claims he never knew and pretty much immediately set out to meet his then 16-year-old daughter for what he says was the first time.
She's a wonderful girl, very smart, just a lot going on for herself.
He, his wife, and the ex-girlfriend he broke up with 16 years ago all agreed he should get a DNA test, and he did.
Well, the results came in and I'm not the father.
But that's not the end of the case, not even close. Cornejo's ex still wants the money, and so does the state of Texas. In 2003, Cornejo's ex-girlfriend went to court and said Cornejo was the only possible father. The state of Texas got what's called a default judgment and started assessing child support payments, which continue to add up, now totaling nearly $65,000. Cornejo says he was never told. Court records suggest, but don't prove, he got a subpoena way back when, and he denies it. Lawyers for the mother of the child suggest support was taken from Cornejo's paycheck long ago and Cornejo never fought it. That can be enough to establish a Loctite claim that Cornejo should have dealt with this long ago.
Don't stick your head in the sand because it's not going to go away, and there can be consequences even if you don't do anything.
Unfortunately, this young child is the one who suffers.
Unless he and his lawyer can convince a judge to take a second look, there's nothing that can change the old court order, and Cornejo will still owe all that money.
They say he should have fought it back then. He failed to do so. He didn't do so within 4 years. But how can you fight something you don't know anything about?
The case will be back in court later this summer. In the meantime, Cornejo is pushing for a change in state law that could prevent situations like the one he's in.
Now, let me tell you, everyone who is wrong. The state of Texas is wrong, and that woman is wrong as well. Because you notice they said she still wants the money. Want the money for what? It's not his child. He took a DNA test. Go find the man that it belongs to. That's what you need to do. But this taking their word for it without DNA, that stuff needs to stop. Default judgments need to stop as well. You can't just pin something on someone and just put them on the ringer for it. I mean, come on. I mean, it lets you know this whole system, and when it comes to that family law system, it's all about money and extorting people and ruining lives. If this man can't pay, then he's going to go to jail. Jailing someone because they possibly can't afford it. $65,000. Now you're going to garnish this man's check. You're going to take this man's income tax and everything else this man has for a child that's not his. This man should be extremely upset, bothered. This is a great miscarriage of justice against this man. And I'm doing this story because this can happen to anybody, any man that's listening to this video right now. That could be you. And how many times have we heard before that cases like this has come up? And then the state of Texas have not changed over their system like the 40 other states, which they're getting on board to this new income share model, where the income share model is better than the percentage-based model for the non-custodial parent from my research. Basically, the income share model takes what your lady that you used to have make, expenses for the child, put that all together in one pot, and then make a decision on what the child support should be, and basically it's split in two. So let's say if they come up with and they say, okay, well, child support under the income share model is $600. So since let's say she have custody of the child, they split that. So now dad is paying $300 instead of $600. Get what I'm saying? So it's more fair. But the state of Texas is not on the income share model plan. Illinois actually became the 40th state to get on that income share type child support model. So Texas needs to catch up real quick, and it will make it definitely more fair for a lot of people who pay child support. But this whole situation, whoever the judge is, I don't know. I don't know who in court 257. Don't know. But that judge should have some common sense to say, you know what? This man did not know. I have the DNA test in my hand. It's saying it's not his child. I'm not going to make this man pay any child support for a child that's not his. And some of the best way, a lot of people say you're sick of the system. Well, some of you who are lawyers, possibly, and you want to make a change, run for judge in these family law courts and try to make a difference that way on the bench. Some of you can. We need people that's going to change these laws, like in Texas. That law needs to change to go to an income share model child support. And also what happened to this man, that law needs to change, because it's not right to get stick with somebody with a $65,000 bill for a kid that's not even theirs. I can't even see how this woman opened her mouth to say anything that she still wants the money. It's not his kid. Why? How could you have the audacity to even say you still want the money? Now, usually because of the income assistance, they make the women file child support cases, because let's say if she didn't file nothing on this child, then they will say, well, you got to file something on somebody, and they're going to give his name just so she can get the assistance while they're racking up a bill on this man. And then if they had a warrant out for this man's arrest and he got pulled over for a speeding ticket, and then they say, oh yeah, we arresting you for non-payment of child support as a warrant. I was like, what you talking about? You get what I'm saying? I mean, it's just some horrible stuff. This man got a family. He got other children. That's his. And mean to tell me you're going to take food and stuff out of their mouths to possibly give it to a chick in the state that's not even his kid. I mean, this stuff go on every single day. You can't say anything about this story about it. He should have just been careful. No, he was done wrong on this situation completely. And I definitely want to find out what else is going to happen with this individual guy, because like I said, this system needs to be exposed for every part of it, because it's a money racket. And that one family law system, I can tell you this, it's not a race issue there. The criminal justice system, that's completely racialized. But family law, only thing they see in that particular courtroom is green. And they're going to try to get it out of whoever they want to get it out of. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this particular story. Share the video, like the commentary, and subscribe for more news stories.